I have to remember that. Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. If you are seeing this video, we are very close to Whiskey Level 1 coming up, and it's the only one in the summer. So if you ever wanted to hang out in a Texas summer and drink whiskey with a bunch of like-minded people, this is your shot. Today we're going to talk about marketing versus advertising, and this is an idea that I've had an instinctual understanding of, but really Johnny Molson gave me a lot of language around it, and we teach it, and I talk about it constantly at Wizard Academy. Johnny Molson is one of the Wizard Ads partners. He is a Wizard Academy instructor and an all-around incredible human being and burgeoning comedian. What? Improv and things. Stand up. Okay. Why is there confusion between marketing and advertising? There shouldn't be, and there's reasons why. But first, advertising, at least in the way that Wizard Academy thinks about it, advertising is message delivery. Message delivery. If you are discussing how to deliver your message to people, that is advertising, right? Be it, now, on the other hand, who you are, what you believe, what you do, why you care, why anyone else should care, all of that is messaging, right? That's the messaging and the understanding of who we are, what we believe, and why anyone should care. Marketing is the parent umbrella category for all of these things. Marketing is the umbrella category for anything, this is what Molson says, anything that your company does that touches a customer, right? That's marketing. That's under the marketing umbrella. This is something we fight constantly at Wizard Academy with our small business owners and ideas. And I think one of the problems is that so many people on the internet and so many consultants and so many digital, we call them digital weasels, so many people have advertised themselves as marketing experts or marketing consultants. And then you talk to them and the only thing they talk to you about is message delivery, which is advertising. And you find out that they're advertisers, and often not great ones, right? It's the same problem and the same confusion we get when we try to talk about branding. And what we mean is where you live in the soul and heart of your consumer. And when you go online and Google branding, they talk about color, font, graphics, and labels. That's not branding. Right? Not in our language. It's part of your brand, but branding isn't the physical color, font, choice, layout. That's graphic design, right? Branding is what is your identity in the consumer's mind, and how have they identified you with themselves in brand identity, right? So many of the partners have taught me little things about this. I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail, but first we're going to drink Jefferson's rye finished in Cognac Casks. This is a way more recent. This is barrel number 32. This is a single barrel bottled explicitly for total wine, but in general, at these 47%, we've done this one before. Brendan Kite donated the first bottle we ever reviewed of Jefferson's rye cognac finish. And there's not a lot of information ever from these guys on where it was distilled and who made it. Bottled by Kentucky Artisan Distillery. Anyway, but I've liked the Jefferson products, and this one's easily accessible and easy to buy, easy to find. Maybe not the single barrel from Total Wine, but okay, everything you love about rye is in there in the sense of there's these delicate spearmint, grassy mint, really spearmint actually. Now there's a denser sweetness that I can only assume is coming from the cognac, but it's so subtle, never in a million years would I pick this up and think, smells like cognac finish. It smells like a really softened, candied version of everything classic Kentucky rye. A little licorice, very, very delicately balanced in the background. Mostly spearmint, zest, nutmeg, a little bit of oak, but mostly hard candy sweetness in the nose. Man, I really love, this is not your typical rye. I like the ryes that are hefty and like Monongahela direction, like, but just as a whiskey, this is so drinkable. Dangerously drinkable. Like, starts with all of that dry rye spice and dry cinnamon, nutmeg, slightly peppery almost, but not black pepper, just this like kind of sparkliness. And then it just softens into this like sweet, not liqueur, but like dense sweetness as it rolls off the palate. That must be that cognac finish. And it drinks a little hot for 47, but it also drinks complex for 47. It finishes really dry. And then it's very honey, cream, sweet, hard candy. Interesting. I like this one. I'm gonna add a little water. Bloop. Okay. A lot of businesses say, hey, we need to do some marketing. This is a Johnny Molson quote, and I love it so much. And we like to tell them, hey, buddy, you've been marketing since you opened your business. Your marketing's already been going on since you started. You were marketing when you put the open sign on the front door. You were marketing when you got in a truck and drove to your first customer. You were marketing when someone answered the phone for a potential customer. You were marketing when someone walked in the store and looked at your bottle. You were marketing when someone went to your website or someone went to Google Business and looked for your address or your phone number or to look at your reviews. You've been marketing the whole time. Now, whether it was intentional and whether it was the messaging you intended to deliver or hoped you were delivering, oh, that's a different question, right? But marketing is just how you interact with your customer as a business. That's marketing, right? Now, a really great marketing person and consultant starts with brand identity. Who are you and why, right? And how do you overlap? I've talked about this before. How does your story and why you care and what matters to you overlap with the general human condition that a lot of people can identify with, believe in, and take to heart? That's branding. All this is marketing. Phase 2 is messaging. How do we talk about it? How do we tell people? What's our language? What's our approach? Is it familiar? Is it formal? Is it humorous? Is it serious and studious? These are all messaging stylistic guides, right? And then you start creating your messaging. All right, now we can talk advertising. How are you going to deliver this message, right? Are we going to buy billboards or radio? Are we going to put it on digital? Are we going to do social media? Are we going to write scripts for the people who answer the phone? Are we going to write strategies about how to talk for your sales reps, right? This is all advertising. This is message delivery, right? But all of these things are marketing. And a really good marketing consultant will walk you through all the different phases of marketing and will never assume that the one segment they're good at and they prefer is the only part of marketing that matters. I hope that's helpful. Cheers to you. I'm really glad you're here. If you watched the beginning of this video, you were advertised to. Oh yeah, like and subscribe.